Good morning, everybody. I'm Kevin Dillard, and I'm the chairman of the Fredericksburg Regional Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. And I'm honored to be with you here today as we support yet another local business in our region. I'd like to welcome you to the ribbon cutting for RSQ Training here in Stafford County. And thank you to Stephen Littlewood, the CEO and Chief Instructor, and the Chamber staff for helping make this event happen today. We're here today to celebrate the grand opening of RSQ Training, along with celebrating Peace Officer Memorial Day. For those of you who are not aware of that, every year on May the 15th nationwide, we pay tribute to the local, the state, and the federal peace officers that have either died in the line of duty or became disabled. So let's remember the sacrifices that each of these heroes gives each and every day. This business was founded by a father who had to provide emergency medical care to his son. After retiring from the United States Marine Corps to provide at-home medical care for his son, he wanted to empower the community to be ready to support each other. Taking his knowledge and training as a humanitarian aid and disaster relief officer, a search and rescue technician, and an emergency planning expert, he started RSQ Training, and he wanted to build stronger communities. So RSQ is your guide to the hero in your community. As a regional chamber of commerce, we're proud to have RSQ Training as part of our quality business environment within our region. When we have businesses like RSQ Training, our whole region is stronger. So welcome and congratulations. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the chair of the Stafford County Board of Supervisors, Meg Bonke.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate a new addition to our community. It is with great pride that I address you all at this grand opening and ribbon cutting for RSQ Training. I am Meg Bonke, representing the Falmouth District and chairwoman of the Stafford County Board of Supervisors. RSQ Training stemmed from a vision to offer essential training services from outdoor enthusiasts to athletes nationwide. Today, RSQ Training opens their headquarters right here in Stafford County. Owner Stephen Littlewood is retired from the United States Marine Corps. We want to recognize and thank Stephen for his service to our country. Stephen and his family call Stafford home and are now proud entrepreneurs in our community. The diverse training services provided by RSQ Training, ranging from individual search and rescue teams to comprehensive emergency management courses, will undoubtedly contribute significantly to our citizens and our region. The grand opening is just a start to these great endeavors for both Stephen and the trainees he serves, including the establishment of the Youth RSQ Training Foundation, a 501c3 geared toward youth receiving financial assistance and scholarships to earn certifications and training in the fields of emergency management and response. Stephen's dedication and commitment to establishing RSQ Training and the Youth RSQ Training Foundation promises to not only enrich lives, but also ensures a safer society for all. Know that the Stafford County Board of Supervisors, the Economic Development Authority, and the county's Department of Economic Development are here to support your business, Stephen. Thank you again for your impact and for choosing to be a business here in Stafford County. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for showing up, even though the weather is not the best, so I had to modify some of the events. I want to thank everybody from the county and the Chamber of Commerce for coming. Obviously, Karen and Donovan, without their support and his charisma and attitude, none of this would have been possible, since the idea for this company sort of came from the knowledge and skills that I received through the Red Cross, and then having to actually perform some of these on Donovan when he was a little kid. or an infant, and so that sort of spawned an epiphany, like everybody needs this. So even though I retired from the Marine Corps, this was not my career field, so had to figure out a new path. The desire to serve did not fade, even though my service to the country as a whole with the Department of Defense needed to end. I was an intel officer, so there's a lot of money that could be made there, and it's sometimes I think idiotic that I was like, you know what, let's go try to start a business and venture out on my own, but it allows me to spend time with the family, which I'm incredibly lucky, because a lot of military members, especially the active duty member, never get the opportunity to raise their kid, much less be there for a majority of their life, and this is sort of provided that opportunity. The other reason is for this company is to build stronger communities. So too often in this day and age, people look outside of themselves for support. Everything that goes wrong, the government, the state, the city, the county, somebody needs to help me. And I think that is a bad attitude, and our country is going in the wrong direction. So we want to change that. We want to make communities stronger and more resilient by empowering them to act and plan for emergencies, to support each other, support your neighbors, all the way up to our local agencies supporting each other. I want to make all the counties and local agencies, give them the opportunity where VDEM or the Virginia State is the last agency that they call for support. They are calling upon their neighboring counties and neighboring jurisdictions and enacting mutual aid agreements to support each other, because that's what communities are really about. We need to stop looking at going to the government for support. So it's a very complex dream, but ultimately that's what it is. This is the second phase for RSQ Training. We started out of the home, traveling all around the U.S., training different organizations, volunteer organizations, search and rescue, state police. But I wanted to bring that back home and to continue this vision. Phase 2 was developing our presence here in Stafford County and the Fredericksburg metropolitan area. Phase 3, which this facility is going to lead to that next step, is getting some funding, hopefully some grants and state and federal support to open a prototype training facility that will train all agencies, local, state, federal, in this area, bringing high-angle rope rescue, wilderness training, communications training, the incident command system, broad breadth of training, but also offer things like high-angle rescue and drones, and sort of pairing the visions that have been stated by Stafford County and wanting to lead in the drone innovation with the Stafford Airport, but providing local organizations a place to do that training. So without having to rely and compete with National Guard facilities and DoD facilities. So this is a huge step, but a huge step, a scary step, but it's going in the right direction to start here within Virginia and start within the Stafford area before hopefully growing across the U.S., developing regionally specific training facilities that will integrate new state-of-the-art technologies and stuff as they come out. So thank all of you again, and I think it's time to cut the ribbon.
All right.
So. Ooh.
Jonathan.
Jonathan, you want to come over here? You want to grab the bottom piece? Here. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Do I look over?